And welcome to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. It is championship time here around the city of San Bernardino. We had 4 CIF champions right here in the city just this school year. And one of them, big shout out to the Cajon Cowboys boys golf team. Head coach Erick Jordan, a former Cajon golfer himself, helping the Cowboys make school history, bringing home their first ever CIF championship in boys golf. It came in Division 7. We had a chance to talk to Coach Jordan about that championship win and the season for the Cowboys. Here is Coach Jordan. All right, now join us here on Sports Weekly, the head coach of the Cajon boys golf team, and more importantly, CIF Southern Section Division 7 champions of the world. It's Erick Jordan. And Coach, congrats on the CIF title. Like, I don't want to say you guys came from out of nowhere, but what was the mindset going into CIF? Did you feel like you guys, had a shot, like one of the teams to beat?
You know what? It's so funny to be an underdog kind of team in our league and to come out and feel like we had a good chance. And one of the things, golf is such a fickle sport, right? You don't know what any given day is going to be like. You could go out there and shoot your best round, or you could go out there and feel like you don't know what you're doing anymore. It's just how the game goes sometimes. And so you never want to count your chickens before they hatch or anything like that. But I was looking at the rankings, and I was looking at, kind of what opportunities did we have and what did we need to be as a team to be successful, right? And so we went and had a practice round the previous Monday, and I just told the team, I said, guys, look, we're playing on borrowed time now, right? Our team was going to be disbanded last year, right? We weren't supposed to be coming into this season or into the school year with having, and so we're playing on borrowed time. Let's go out there, win, lose, or draw. Let's play with humility and let's have a good time. And that's what they did. And so we knew, I think we shot a 436 as a team in the practice round. And so we knew that just wasn't going to cut it. But we also weren't going to put so much pressure on these kids that they were just going to end up folding because there's so much pressure to shoot that better round. It was, if you get an eagle, act like you've been there. Treat it with humility. If you get a double bogey, act like it's happened before, move on to the next shot, move on to the next hole. And when you take that bad shot, it is what it is. We're not professionals. We're not on tour. You're going to have a ball that doesn't come out the way you want it to or go in a direction that you don't want it to. It's going to happen every once in a while. But how are we handling ourselves to be successful and to go make a good shot on that next shot? And so that's what it was. Shot by shot, moment by moment, be a goldfish. You go around that bowl one time and you forget about it, right?
Well, Coach, it sounds like that practice round was super beneficial for you guys. But on the day of CIF, what do you think was the difference? I mean, were you guys just locked in more than normal? I mean, were you guys loose and, we got nothing to lose? Like, what do you think was the difference on that specific day that you guys played so well?
Whatever anybody else did, that's what everybody else does. But if we could go home and say, hey, we didn't give up. We didn't, throw in the towel. We didn't get too frustrated. And now we got to think back. Oh, we could have done this or that. If we could go home with that mentality that we just did our best. And hey, we made CIF for the first time since my sophomore year of high school 15 years ago. That was more than enough. And so winning was just going to be the icing on the cake. And it all came around.
So, Coach, finally, as the scores are coming in and you guys realize that you won the Division 7 championship, was excitement? Was it disbelief? What was that moment like when you guys knew that you were the CIF champions?
There's this moment because all of the scores had actually come in. We had, I believe it was the Loma Linda, I think they're the Roadrunners. There was a player on their team whose phone actually died. And so all of his scores were not being inputted after hole 13, I believe. So they got up to 15 and we're only up 3 strokes. He's got 3 holes left as it shows to put in. And then the next score that goes in, I think it was the San Dimas coach comes up, he congratulates me, and I see a birdie go in. And I'm like, oh goodness, this kid could go on a generational run right now, hit 3 birdies, and then tie it, and we don't win. We're the runner-up because the 6 score is what it would go to, and they had the lower 6 score. So I'm thinking, hey, don't congratulate us yet, okay? Let's wait this out. So he puts in the birdie, and I go use the restroom. And I walk out, and I catch eyes with my senior, Gavin Plone, and we're both about to refresh the score. And as soon as we refresh the score, a double bogey goes in. And, they were really trying to do the thing of, handle this with humility. We're not here to make other kids feel bad, right? These kids put in a lot of throughout the season. There was just a different drive this year. And, call it a chip on the shoulder, call it whatever you want. But the reality is, Cajon's been open since 1971, and this hasn't happened. Yeah. And so the testament is it's to these boys, but it's also to the school. It's to the Marios and the Marias that help us as custodians and, keep everything tight at our school. Our principal, Dr. Jackson, our amazing AD, Rich Imbriani, up and down that school, these kids have support like no other. They have a home and a place that they can be proud to go to every day. That they have support from. And so this is, they say it takes a village, right? I think that there's just a lot of shout outs that should go around to a lot of different people. But at the basis of it, my kids, they work their tails off this year, and now they get to reap the rewards. It's really awesome.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I know Mr. Imbriani is super excited. I saw him at the Ken Hubbs Awards, and I was asking him about retirement, and he's like, wait, hold on. My golf team just won a CIF championship. But, stop the presses. Like, he was very fired up about it. I know he's very proud of what you guys were able to accomplish, and for you to go, back to Cajon and win a CIF championship, man, it's such a big deal. Congratulations to you and your team, Coach.
Thank you. We're living a movie, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. So I appreciate it. And yeah, shout out to my kids. Shout out to Cajon. We did it. We're here.
All right, congratulations to Coach Jordan and the Cowboys. So in terms of CIF champions this year, we got the Cowboys boys golf team. We have Aquinas boys swim, San Bernardino girls water polo, and of course, Arroyo Valley softball just winning their first ever CIF championship. That's going to do it for this edition of Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.